Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, January 25, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. San Antonio Spurs vs Houston Rockets. The San Antonio Spurs are not used to losing, certainly not at this level, and certainly not in the Coach Pop era. Even post-Duncan and post-Kawhi, they were under .500 the last 2 seasons, but competitive. This season has been a disaster, however, as they are 17-30 and have the 3rd worst record in the conference. They have lost 8 of their last 10 games and find themselves 3.5 games behind Portland for the last spot in the play-in tournament. THATS certainly not out of reach, and they can turn things around, but the problem is, THERES not a lot of talent on this team. If the Spurs are going to have a chance at catching Houston for one of the league's worst records, a loss in this game could go a long way at season's end. San Antonio has been sliding down the Western Conference standings since the start of 2022, while the Rockets have actually started to win some games of late. While the Rockets were beaten at the buzzer by Stephen Curry and the Warriors, Houston still came in with 3 wins over its previous 5 contests. Our first betting picks will be Houston Rockets plus 3.5. Rookie Jalen Green had arguably the worst game of his NBA career versus the Warriors on Friday. The 19-year-old put up a goose egg from the field, shooting 0 for 11 on the night. He finished with 3 points on 3 made free throw attempts in 25 minutes. He's now scored in single digits in back-to-back games and has shot a dismal 34.8% from the field and 25.9% from three-point range in his first NBA season. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Rockets rank among the league's worst teams on both ends of the floor. Houston sports an adjusted -7.5 net rating, 28th in the NBA, and it ranks dead last on defense with an adjusted 115.3 rating through 47 games. Our second betting pick will be over 236.5. Dallas Mavericks vs Golden State Warriors. Dallas dominated Memphis, winning the first 3 quarters before letting off the gas in the 4th to cruise to a 104-91 win. In the game, they were led by Luka Doncic, who had 37 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. Kristaps Porzingis and Jalen Brunson had 15 and 13, respectively. Although they are facing the best home team in the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks will have a decent chance to beat the Warriors on Tuesday. The Mavs are in better form at the moment, and it's evident that the Warriors are struggling to win games, and even when they win, it's a one-possession game. Doncic and Porzingis are hot right now, while Curry will likely be without Thompson. Without Green, a fantastic defender, rebounder, and ball distributor, it's going to be hard for the Warriors to handle the visitors here. This matchup actually suits the Mavs in recent years, which they proved when they met a few weeks ago in Dallas. Golden State has been of the best and most consistent teams in the NBA this season. In their 94-92 win over the Jazz, they were led by Jordan Poole, who scored a team-high 20, while Andrew Wiggins, Steph Curry, Otto Porter Jr., Damian Lee, and Kevin Looney had 14, 13, 13, 12, and 10 points respectively. Our first betting pick will be the Mavericks at plus 5. For the 3rd consecutive time, the Golden State Warriors participated in an exciting game that was settled by 4 points or fewer. This time around, they were on the winning end as they beat the Utah Jazz 94-92 at home. However, for the 3rd time in a row, the Warriors failed to cover, but unlike the previous 2 games, this one was a push due to a -2 spread. Still, Golden State has a positive 25-19 ATS record. It was an expected low-scoring affair in which Steve Kerr's defense prevailed, keeping the Jazz to under 40.0% from the floor. The Dallas Mavericks concluded their 5-game homestay with a 104-91 win over the Memphis Grizzlies, which was the 4th win of that homestand. Dallas easily covered a -4 spread, the first time in 4 games the Mavs managed to cover. Now, they improved to a 24-22 ATS record. The Mavericks locked the Grizzlies in the opening half and allowed just 34 points, scoring 48 on the other side. The hosts led only 4 3-pointers on 24 attempts, 16.7%, and had no trouble maintaining a comfortable lead in the second half. Our second betting pick will be under 212. Minnesota Timberwolves vs Portland Trail Blazers. The Timberwolves have picked up some momentum and confidence in the last few games, as they have won 3 of their last 4 games to move to 0.500 for the season. They moved to 23-23 after beating the Brooklyn Nets 136-125. The Trailblazers are also making some progress towards 0.500 for the season. They have won 4 of their last 5 games to move to 20-26 for the season, including a 114-105 victory against the Raptors in their previous game. CJ McCollum had a double-double worth 19 points and 10 rebounds, while Jusuf Nurkic had his 5th straight double-double of 11 points and 11 boards. I am honestly surprised with the way Portland is playing of late. It's a positive surprise, and it is particularly impressive given the Blazers are without Lillard, who is the alpha and omega of this team. It seems that the Blazers are planning to battle for the play-in spot, although it didn't seem that way a couple of weeks ago. Portland is in fine form at the moment, and I am backing them to cover. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they secure a W here. Don't get me wrong, Minnesota is playing great basketball as well, but if Edwards is unable to play, I would lean toward the Blazers. Portland is playing its first of back-to-back games. Our first betting pick will be Blazers at plus 3.5. For the second game in a row, the Portland Trail Blazers recorded an unexpected win. After beating the Boston Celtics on the road, they defeated the Toronto Raptors as well. Portland destroyed the Raptors defensively in the first half and allowed only 34 points, scoring 64 on the other end. At the interval, the game was already decided, so the visitors could afford to relax a bit in the second half. In the end, Chauncey Billups' team recorded a 114-105 victory and covered a +8 spread. It was the 4th time in 5 games the Blazers covered, and now they improved to a 19-27 ATS record. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Brooklyn Nets 136-125 at home in a classic shootout, in which they scored 30-plus points in each quarter. The Wolves covered a -3 spread, the first time they managed to cover in 3 games. Minnesota now improved to a 24-22 ATS record. The hosts controlled most of the game and had a lead throughout the entire second half. They shot 52.2% from the field and forced 17 turnovers, committing only 9 on the other end. Minnesota played without G. Patrick Beverley, who injured his right during Wednesday's game at Atlanta. Over their previous 5 games, the Timberwolves were outscored by 51 points in the third quarter. On Sunday, Minnesota was only -3, 33-30 in the third. Our second betting pick will be over 227.5. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.